Is it alright for to start with something? I'm super glad that everybody enjoyed the match. A little bit of a dampener on how it's all kind of, the dust has settled now. I've reviewed the footage myself. It's seen that Bryan got hurt on the Storm Driver, and I didn't see the doctor call. The referee called for the doctor and I just didn't see it. So I want to apologise on that. Obviously, like, within the confines of wrestling, I do go, like I said in the ring, it is more or less, it's your life versus mine, until you kind of see it staring at you in the face of what I did. And I honestly, I feel awful about this. So even though, like, 90% of the time that move's been absolutely fine, seeing the damage that it's kind of done, I'm gonna retire using the Storm Driver 91. I don't think it's right for me to continue using it after seeing what it did to Bryan, like someone that I've got like huge amounts of respect for, and this was kind of my dream match. This is something that I've wanted for, you know, since I was a kid, bruv. So to see the outcome, although I'm happy with everyone enjoyed the match, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. So once again, I apologise to Bryan. I apologise to AEW Medics. I apologise to Tony, and yeah, I mean, other than that, any questions?
It was a great match, Will. Congratulations.
Sorry, I'm like, it's proper fucking with me, innit? Like, so I'm really sorry, mate.
No, honestly, I mean, you know, thankfully, I think Bryan's going to be okay, and the match was tremendous, and I mean, really, I think tonight was a triumph in every way. Thank you for tonight.
You still want to take questions?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'll try and be a little bit more cheery, but I just, yeah, go on.
Question over here. Hey, Will, Caden Lee from Wrestle Purist.
What's up, Caden?
Congrats on the tremendous match tonight. You recently took aim at Triple H in a promo talking about wrestlers running from the grind. Do you believe that your output, and including matches like tonight, shut that conversation down?
I mean, yes. I mean, of course. I don't want to address it anymore. Like, I come from a generation when, like, where I grow up, if you throw a jab, I throw one back. And although I wasn't mentioned by name, it's clearly about me. So, all due respect, like, I'm kind of done with mentioning anyone over there now. Like, I don't want to do that anymore because I feel like I lowered myself to that standard, and I don't need to do that anymore. Like, look what I just did in the ring with Bryan, and like, that's only match 2 from pay-per-views. Do you know what I mean? I've got a fuckload more to go down. So, like, with all due respect, like, if you take everything into consideration, like, of course, I'm annoyed about the jab that I took. I threw one back. I don't think it was anything bad. I don't think it's a freaking joke from like 20 years ago, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be too butthurt. But a lot of, like, do you know what I mean? That's the first time, I'll be honest with you, that's the first time I've ever experienced true tribalism between the two. It's not nice. It's just, it's unnecessary. I'm over it. I can't be bothered with it. I just want to focus on promoting AEW. So I don't regret what I say. I'm saying that now. Because once again, you take the entire thing into consideration. Like, it did piss me off, but from this day on, like, I won't like go down that route. I don't need to. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking the best wrestler in the world. Don't need to fucking fuck with guys below me.
Next question over here. David Perry, Evan Max, World of Wrestling. Will, first I would like to say you're an inspiration to a father who has a kid on the autistic spectrum. And I saw you on, yes, absolutely. I just wanted to say you're an inspiration.
Thank you,
because,
man.
you know, it's difficult being a parent, and, you know, having somebody have the courage that you had to be out there and say that you have autism and you have ADHD. Just wanted to tell you you're an inspiration. I'm a big fan. And my question is, when will you have your eyes set on the AEW world title and Swerve Strickland?
I mean, I saw Swerve when he came back. I was getting my hand looked at. I saw him come back, and I was just so happy for him. Swerve, actually, you can tell this story a few times. He's been around my mum's house a few times. I've looked after him. We've gone to like trampoline parks in England together. So I like knew Swerve when he was like CZW Swerve. So like, yeah, man, and dance off in Germany, man. There's been a load of them as well. There's been loads of dance off that quite a lot of you guys haven't seen, where knew that he might have been involved. Who knows? No, I'm joking. I was naked. But like, to see how far he has come from just like another indie guy. He was, but like you could sense that there was something special. He had an aura about him that dated back when I would see him in like OTT over in Ireland. Like I saw it there, and people would sing along with him, and they would feel his energy and feel his vibe. To then come here in AEW and watch his growth. Like even before I was a part of AEW, I've always watched from the sidelines. I've always been a supportive guy. To see him come in, and you just knew the moment he came in, he was going to be world champion one day. And today, he's shown every bit what an inspiration he is to be a representation for African American people as a champion. And for me, like my son's brown as well, to like look at that, I'm sure he's going to look at what Shane has done, and he's going to be inspired by that. So that's what this is all about, inspiring people, man. Thank you.
Question over here.
Somebody already asked my question, so I just wanted to ask you, I don't know how many people know, you paid for the ring for Soft Ground Wrestling, the orphans in Uganda. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that. I have a question, I just want to bring that up.
I'd love to. Honestly, that gave me so much joy and happiness to see what they did, because it reminds me of when we used to backyard, like where we would set out. Like I was lucky enough, my mum saw I was getting in trouble in school, right? So then to keep me off the street, she would put a wrestling ring in my back garden. So like it wasn't about like performing to anyone. There was no stress. There was no like. It was just you had your best friends around you, trying to will yourself on to do some just good pro wrestling matches, and seeing that over there. And I couldn't believe like the joy and the energy that they were bringing to like something that. Like, do you know what I mean? I see so many people being negative all the time, and like in a place like this especially, where like I can't believe how lucky I am to be here. I cannot believe how lucky I am to be a part of this roster. To have that, those fans today were ridiculous. I can't believe how lucky I am, and to see people like moan, and then to see like they're wrestling on the ground, for fuck's sake, like. To see that and to see their enthusiasm, their energies, I want to be a part of that too. So like to be able to just go like, there you go, and just a little wink and a nudge. I'll see you over there soon, lads. That's my dream, man. I like not dream, but like I mean that's my ambition. I'll say, I really want to go over to Uganda and go do some wrestling.
Last question over here.
Yes, sir. Oh, hello.
Hi, Will. Danielle Livingston from Black Girl Wrestling. Congratulations on an amazing match. Obviously, we all loved it. When you reflect on the match and when you think about the stories that you're going to tell yourself about this match, where do you think it compares to some of your other performances?
In terms of performance, I think this is probably the best one I've ever done. Like I was really thinking about it, like as I was in there, and as soon as I heard the three, I'll be honest with you, I've never felt more joy of performing at that level. A guy like I grew up watching. Like, can I tell the story quickly? I know you got like.
This is great.
My favourite story to tell people was my dad trying to understand a teenage Bill, and I liked Ring of Honor, New Japan, Dragon Gate, Noah, TNA. I was like a kind of like the underground kid. I love that. And my dad bought me tickets to All Star Wrestling, right, for my birthday with all my backyard mates. Now, if anyone doesn't know what All Star Wrestling is, it's very like pantomime style of wrestling. You got like postmans with like big fat beer bellies and like who's it? It's like really catered for children. And at the end of it, they would do the English people versus the international talent. And for the life of me, I can't remember the other two. What, it was an 8-man tag. But one of them was Rene Dupree, and I was like, who's doing here? And I'll never forget it. And like, I'll never forget this day for the rest of my life. Bryan Danielson walks out wearing baggy blue pleather pants, waving a pirate flag, and I was just like, "What? Why are you here?" I'm like, I've never felt that before. That like, my God, you're reachable. And then it's just doing more of your research, and then he would do stuff in Japan, do stuff in Mexico, and it would just, the groundwork that he's laid for like so many of our guys to walk on is ridiculous. So then, I don't get really emotional about wrestling, right? But I got emotional when I saw him at Southend. I got emotional when I saw him win the world title. I got emotional when he retired. Got emotional when I come back. And then when he showed up here, back in 2021, I was sitting over in like COVID Japan, and I said, there's a chance. There's that small little chance, and to get that was amazing. I'm gutted how it's turned out, but I will never forget the day that I stepped in the ring with someone that I've held to such a high standard, and he lives up to every bit of what a man he is. I'm just disappointed with the aftermath is all. Like, from belt to belt, it was amazing, and then it's just this little grey patch now that's probably gonna, it's dampened it for me anyway. I'm glad everyone else enjoyed it, but I kind of feel crap, I'll be honest with you. Sorry, like, is that all good? Is it
Yeah,
off? I
all
scoot
good.
off?
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on an incredible match again tonight.
Thank you for everything. God bless.
Thanks a lot again.
Bye.